Good morning, family. I was speaking to you last week about a couple who came to me and told me that they were praying for an issue, a circumstance, and for something to take place in their lives. And they explained that they wanted to give up on that prayer. And we talked about trusting God. But also they told me that there were people who were trying to tell them that they need to stop praying for what they had been asking for and move on because it was taking so long. That's why we went into the trust issue. But I also had to explain them that in the book of Samuel, there's a story about a woman who was barren named Hannah. And she went to the temple and prayed and actually her lips were moving but nothing was coming out. And the priest Eli thought she was drunk, so he went and rebuked her about it. So I had to let them know that Hannah teaches us that before you can receive your Samuel, you got to silence your Eli. You cannot let negative people and voices and difficult situations and circumstances drown out the voice of God. You have to refuse to accept the negative voices. In other words, you may be misunderstood, but you're not defeated in that situation. And Eli mistook Hannah's brokenness for drunkenness. And that wasn't just a mistake, but it was a rebuke that could have crushed her spirit. Yes, but Hannah didn't allow his misjudgment to keep her from focusing on God and God's promises for her life. She went on because she understood that there was a birthing in her that needed to take place. And some of us get stuck because we take the discouraging words to heart. But you got to learn how to refuse to accept what comes out of people's mouths, especially when it does not align with what you have in your heart that God has given you. And people may say that you'll never be healed. They might say you never are going to achieve what you are praying for. You'll never be able to start that business. But I've come to tell you that don't let discouragement be the final word. You let God have the final say so. You got to protect the promise that's inside of you. Hannah was carrying something in her spirit before she carried Samuel in her womb. And you've got to protect what God has planted in you. Don't let anyone's words abort your promise before it's born. Be encouraged. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.